we go. All right, y'all, we're back. This is the HBCU Daily Grind. My name is Omar Muhammad, helping you improve and progress in business and in life. And as you see, we have a special guest. We always have a special guest. But before we get to our guests, I want to let you know that you can find us on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook. Those are the ones you can find us. We're at HBCU by Association. And our website is hbcubyAssociation.com. Stop this music. It seems like it's drowning me, but nonetheless, hbcubyAssociation.com is the website. Email if you're interested in being on the show. You want to recommend somebody for the show. The guest form is on the website. Just head on over to hbcubyAssociation.com. It's under media, and just click on HBCU Daily Grind, and you will have access to the form. And don't forget, coming up on June the 11th from 11 until 3 o'clock, we have the HBCU Business Symposium. So come out and learn about those resources that are supporting HBCU alum, as well as learn more about the HBCU token. So I'm really excited about that. And it's going to be at the Fair Morgan State University. So for more information, you can just go over to hbcubyAssociation.com. I do want to thank Mike Ballard for the beat that brought us in, that will take us out shortly. But before we do take you out, we're going to actually go to our special guest. And I want to welcome to the HBCU Daily Grind, Shawna Stepp-Jones. And I know I probably said it wrong.
No, you said it right. Shawna Stepp-Jones.
There you go. All right. So tell us, what school you're from and what was your major at that school?
Sure. So I went to the great Morgan State University. Go Bears.
Go Bears. Hey, y'all, we can set this up. Y'all have a chance to get on this too. Come on, Howard. Come on, Hampton.
Yay.
It's all about you.
So I went to Morgan State University and I studied electrical engineering and got my bachelor's degree there. Right.
Good deal. So before we go into your business, I did want to start off how I always start off, and that is, welcome. And then, there are 4 quadrants of HBC or at HBCUs. And I want to know, if 1 through 4 resonates with you or just 1 or 2. So I'll say them and then, give me some feedback. Okay. So ironically, it spells HBCU. So the H is for homecoming. The B is for Black excellence. Should I stop there? Because I saw your face when you did homecoming.
Keep it
The B is for Black excellence. The C is for clubs and organizations. And the U is for United Place on campus.
Okay, yeah. So definitely love the HBCU and how it all lines up, but all of them resonate with me. Starting from homecoming, homecoming was the highlight of the year while I was at Morgan. And even now, and to this day, it's the time of year when I get back with all of my friends from Morgan and we celebrate like how we celebrated back in 2004 through 8. And so homecoming is honestly one of the things that I always try to tell young people, like you should, definitely go to HBCU if you like HBCU if you like homecoming, partying as much as you like academics. The Black excellence, that would definitely be a high priority for me in terms of how it resonates. I feel like HBCUs are the epitome of Black excellence, especially at Morgan State University. They did a great job at building that pride, especially as Black engineers in us. They surrounded us with resources, the Black Engineer of the Year Awards Conference, different opportunities with just strictly within the engineering building for internships and jobs. So Black excellence is definitely a high priority for me in terms of resonation. You said C was clubs.
Clubs and organizations. Yeah.
Clubs and organizations was something that resonated with me. I was the vice president of the Society of Women Engineers. So always took that opportunity to really be a leader and, really put some of my visions out there amongst the body of students. So clubs definitely resonate with me. And the last United Meeting Place, that was a thing too. The best place at Morgan State was the canteen. I would say 2004 through 2008 while I was there. They had a Chick-fil-A in there. It was just a lot of people. That's where you got to meet different people that you didn't have class with. So all of them resonate with me. And that's my story.
Oh, good deal. Yeah, the canteen. So, when I was at Morgan, it was the bridge. People stood on that big old bridge or Cold Spring, and now you don't see any of the students standing.
No, you don't. That is wow.
Yes, you don't see any of the students.
No.
All right, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was saying nope. You don't see them.
Absolutely. All right, so let's jump into your business now. Seems like you have two businesses, so let's talk about whichever one you want to talk about, and then let's give out the website so people can see what we see.
Okay, so I have one business. It's called Divaneering Lab, but we have two different business areas. So at Divaneering Lab, we innovate, we impact, and we inspire. Under our innovation business area, we are developing Spundle, the first ever no heat dryer for wigs and bundles, where we are decreasing drying time from 24 hours to just 15 minutes. So we are building, that is our first product that we are building coming out of our innovation business area. And then under our impact business area, we are building a community of audacious and brilliant women and girls engaged in STEM and innovation. And so what that looks like is STEM enrichment programming. Right now we have contracts with Baltimore City Recreation and Parks, as well as Rec the Tech, and one with Reach Partnership Academy. So we focus on both of those things, especially me being a Black female engineer. It was a great opportunity to really, build a community as well as show the community how to innovate.
I love that. So you said, what kind of dryer is this?
So
as you can see, I don't use a dryer.
Right. So it's a tabletop dryer. So it's a dryer that was engineered specifically for detachable hair units. So wigs and bundles would be. So right now we have dryers that were made for sitting under because it's drying hair that's attached to your head. And so with Spundle, it's the first ever no heat dryer for detachable hair units and pieces.
All right. So coming out of Morgan State, were you an entrepreneur at Morgan State, or did you start entrepreneurship, the journey after?
Yeah, I started after. I was not an entrepreneur. I was an engineer. I was an engineering student. That is a job. That's a whole career. That's a career. But no, I was just a student at Morgan. Okay.
All right. And how did you come about this portable hair dryer?
So the dryer, the entrepreneurial journey started actually with the impact business area first in 2013. So if I can I kind of start?
This is your story. Come on.
Okay, yeah. So it started in 2013 as my platform for Miss Maryland Plus America. And so it allowed me to kind of go in front of audiences as not just a beauty queen, but also a Black engineer. And at the time, and even now, that in itself is an amazing, accomplishment and just highly regarded. So I tried to strategically use the two to try to engage young girls. So I started off with that, and I started off with these workshops and just going to, actually my first gig was at BEA, the Black Engineer of the Year Awards Conference. And so they hired me as a vendor for the students that were participating at the conference. And so that's where I demoed my first workshop, which is called Color Your Smile, focuses on chemistry. So young ladies are able to make lipstick out of crayons to expose them to chemistry, melting points and mixtures, temperature, all those things. And it's now a kit. So we've now got it into a whole kit. This is our Color Your Smile kit.
Okay.
So it has everything they need to perform the experiment. So it comes with a hot plate so they can melt their mixture, a beaker, and just everything they need. The instructions are right on the box. So we started first just doing workshops. It's passion. Didn't need to get paid, just needed to get seen and heard and needed to impact. And so we did the Bay Area, we did workshops in Atlanta, Pitts. We were part of Intel ISF conference. And then we even did a workshop in Abu Dhabi. So we teamed up with the Nesby Junior chapter of UAE, and we were able to do a workshop with them back in 2016. So it started with that, just passion for STEM and talking girls and getting them more interested. At Morgan, that was definitely a big thing. They praised us on, like, you're a Black female engineer, And so I definitely took pride in that. So moving along, the dryer, because that's what you wanted to know. The dryer came about working at the U.S. Patent Office. I was a patent examiner. And so I'm around innovation all day, every day. I'm researching all types of patents, and naturally you get inspired. And so I was living in Atlanta. Coolest thing about the patent office pre-COVID and pandemic was that you could work from home and live anywhere in the United States. So I took my salary from up north and took it down south to Atlanta. And so I wore wigs and bundles back then. So I'm talking about hair units for those who don't know. But I always wore my hair blonde. And so I wanted to get my bundles colored, dyed blonde before I had to get them installed. And so my hairstylist worked 40 minutes away from where I live. So what that looked like in terms of traveling was taking my bundle, driving 40 minutes to drop them off, so that she can color them, and they have to be completely dry before you can get them installed. So I'm just driving 40 minutes to drop them off, driving back home, and then the next day I would come and she could install them. And so being an engineer, you naturally are a problem solver. And I noticed that there was just a lack of innovation. And it's really that simple. Like, I realized that we are wearing wigs and weaves, detachable hair units now more than ever. And that was back in 2016. But I appreciated that fact. And I'm like, we just need a dryer that's specifically for wigs and bundles, because I've seen the stylists doing all types of creative things to dry these bundles. Like, I've seen them use the overhead dryer all different types of ways. I've seen a lot of people are familiar with people hanging wigs and weaves to dry. And so just seeing that, it was like, oh, I can solve this problem. And so that's the way it started from.
I hear you. So two good divisions of your company. So what's the website again?
So the website is meetspundle.com. So definitely I want y'all to go there. I want you to join the wait list, because we have news coming out, but also that's our way of capturing metrics for our investors, to let them know that you all want Spundle. So join the wait list. That's very important. And then also, for our impact business area, you can visit www.divaneering.org. That's DIVA.
So you like to spell that out.
DIVA, Divaneering, NEERING.org, O-R-G.
All right. So you mentioned some good points, and as you were talking about the patent, so you were in a good place with the patent. So you kind of knew about, what it takes to do a patent. What advice can you give to individuals who are similar to you, who are thinking about, I can solve this problem by building this product? So, what advice would you give them as it relates to going to the patent and trademark office?
Okay. All right. So as it relates to going to the patent and trademark office, I would first tell them that they need to search for the idea themselves. And one free way of searching is Google Patents, and that's Google Patents. So the Google has its own patent database that's free for anyone to use. And I would simply think about your product and think of how you would describe your product, and simply put those search terms into the search bar. And then also think of some synonyms, some synonyms for some of the words that you are using, and perform your own patent search. And if you perform your own patent search, you will see what's out there, because that's what it's about, seeing what's out there to find your little space of innovation. But that would be a great nugget that I would drop.
I like that. Google Patents. Now, let me know if I get too much into your business. I heard you said investors. So you have investors, or you're looking for investors?
Both. I have an investor. I have some investors actually. So I've raised my first portion of my pre-seed funding to build Spundle through Rare Breed Ventures. And so a lot of people know Mr. McKeever Conwell, but he was the guy who wrote me my first check to really get, I would say, get Spundle going some more. And so, yeah, that I would say he was my second investor. My first investor was myself. But my second investor was him, for sure. And then currently, when I said currently both, we are gearing up for our to fundraise. So we're planning our fundraise. Currently, we're going to probably open it up the end of August. And so we're trying to raise another fund to get to launch. So we want to launch in December. Spundle, and when I mean launch, that means come out to the market and have all of the girls and guys or whoever is interested actually pre-order or purchase Spundle. And that we're looking to do that December of this year.
Well, I'll say congratulations. And, I know McKeever. Yeah, he worked at an organization that I was part of the board. So, yep, I'm glad that he invested into you. So speak to those who are tuned in now about investing. Oftentimes, as especially black businesses, we tend to go to the bank, and sometimes we don't get those fundings, or we use our own savings or our retirement funds. You have gone through the investor's perspective, so what advice can you give to individuals as it relates to investing, receiving investors into your business? So
I started off this going to investors through an organization called TEDCO. Okay. So where McKeever was the fund, he was the program fund back then. And so I was they had like this speaker series. They had all of these professional entrepreneurial startup development curriculum that they were pushing in. So that's where I learned, honestly, about venture deals. I went to Johns Hopkins for my master's degree. So I did study, organizational structure. So I knew of different ways I knew of venture capital, but I didn't know it like how TEDCO got me to know it. And so I would say, learn. I think you should learn. I think that you should go through these pre-accelerators and these, especially now, because back in 2016, when I first started this, we didn't have an ecosystem here in Baltimore like we have now, where you have a lot of people and corporations and just funding like all around you. So I would take advantage of that, and I would learn, because at the end of the day, it is a deal. It is a venture deal. And so you need to know how to leverage the deal.
Absolutely. So this is kind of a shameless plug. The board that I was referring to is TEDCO. Yes, for those who are in state of Maryland, is TEDCO.MD. So TEDCO.MD. So good for you. Good for you. I'm glad to hear that the resources are flowing out into the community. So good deal. So I want to go back to working with the young ladies, and you call it Divaneering. Mm-hmm. What age are the girls?
So the girls range from they're in grades K through 12. So we have
you started that young. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So we had a young lady last summer. I think our youngest young lady was 5 years old, and she was at the Greenmount Recreation Center, and she went through all 8 weeks of our programming. So she did Color Your Smile. She made her own LED jewelry, so she learned electric circuits. She did structural engineering. But yeah, so we started as youngest 5K kindergarten, and we go up to 12th grade. So what that looks like is when we're in Recs and Parks and we're providing STEM programming, we are that enrichment source. So we're like, if we want to enrich and enhance their learning as it relates to STEM, we're going to expose them to STEM. And what our mission is to just build the confidence and the curiosity that is required to become a Divaneer. And that's really what and when I say Divaneer, that's someone that is disciplined, that is someone that is bold, that is someone that is brilliant. And so you need that confidence to be able to fail, to put yourself out there, to want to learn. And then you need to be curious enough to ask the questions. So that is what we're doing when we're providing the programming. But the big thing that I'm really excited about is we pushed out our own STEM and innovation boot camp this year. So it was a 5-week program partnership with Reach Partnership Academy, where we brought our programming to high school young ladies. The goal was to engage them in our programming, but also to train them to become lab technicians so that they can come out this summer and train up the K through 8 population, which is the majority of the girls at the Recs and Parks. And in addition, we give them the innovation training. So we teach them how to use Google Patents to search. We teach them how to speak. Being a communicator really, really can help you get far in the journey. So I'm really excited about that. We hired 4 young ladies out of our innovation boot camp, and we're ready for them this summer to just really, build that pipeline. That's really what it is. Build this pipeline. Start nurturing relationships with young girls, because when Spundle drops in December, I want to be able to employ some more folks, employ some more young ladies. So that's where I'm at now. I'm losing myself in all of the excitement. So catch me, bring me back.
No, you're doing well with that. And I'm asking the age. I'm glad that you're starting at that young age. At 10, you said 5 years.
5, yeah.
Give them an opportunity to really experience engineering innovation at a younger age. And I like to train a trainer. You giving them an opportunity to do, learn, and teach. That's how you really capture, this. That's how you capture an opportunity as you move forward. But that's how you also learn and you become an expert as well. So I'm glad you're doing that. So what guidance or what do you need help with as it relates to Divaneering? Do you need any mentoring? Do you need any resources? What do you need?
So currently because we brought on the 4 staff members, it's myself, it's my operations manager, and then we have a community partner. And so we want to bring our operations manager on full time. So we are definitely trying to raise funds for that, to bring her on full time, so that I'm not full time in that and I could be full time in the other business area. More opportunities. If you have a camp, if you have a program, your organization, and you're looking for a creative, curated way to engage some girls, some youth in STEM, definitely reach out to me. We can definitely add some more organizations to service this summer. So that would be, I would say funding. I would say funding and opportunity.
All right, and give your contact information out so that people can reach out to you.
Sure. So you can reach out to Shawna.stepp.jones@gmail. So Shawna.stepp.jones@gmail. It's the fastest, quickest way, especially if you're talking about some opportunity for this summer. Absolutely.
Hey, Shawna, spell out your email.
Shawna is SHAWNA, and it's .stepp, STEPP, 2 P's, .jones, JONES @gmail.
All right, good deal. So I want to take you now back to your days at Morgan State University. What advice would you offer to Morgan or any HBCU, but if you want to single out Morgan to help foster entrepreneurship?
To help foster entrepreneurship. I feel like Morgan, maybe more partnerships. So more partnerships with entrepreneurs such as myself who are building product, that is truly have research and development under their arm to bring Spundle to market. But I would definitely, would want to work with them. I think that they should work with more entrepreneurs that have things going on so that the students can see practical ways of building a business, like in real time. I would say that, but I feel like the engineering program definitely did a good job at planting a seed in me. Because they had this project management course back when I was coming up, and I didn't know anything about project management back then. And it really helped me understand, how to grow, first of all, how to manage a project, but also how the product is at the center of the project, and how I could be a leader in that and have vision in it. And I think all of those qualities are things that go into being an entrepreneur.
Absolutely. Someone mentioned a couple of shows ago, getting the School of Engineering. I think it was probably Kendra. Get the School of Engineering, working with the School of Business, working with some English, this degree of the English and whatever, all working together, because if you look at businesses, it's different majors, if you will, So
I think that's awesome advice. Definitely partnerships amongst the schools.
Absolutely. All right. So how has attending an HBCU helped you out in life and in business?
Attending an HBCU has helped me out in life. I would say, because it was that first, I would say because they develop you. I feel like they throw you get thrown out there enough, but at the same time, you're getting developed. I feel like I said, I can't stress enough how Morgan State University's engineering program really gave me pride and confidence about being a minority, told me the statistics, put me into conferences around that further built me up and helped me feel like I can accomplish anything. So I feel like I wouldn't give all of that credit to Morgan, but I would definitely give some of it to Morgan in terms of being confident and prideful about being a Black engineer. And you said, and how did it help me? I would say that would encompass both life and being an entrepreneur. Just giving me opportunities to lead. Like I said, I was the vice president of Society of Women Engineers, so different opportunities to lead. Where I would say credit Morgan for that, but more so the pride. I would say the Black pride.
Absolutely. All right. So is there anything else you want people to know about your business before we come to an end?
Yes, I definitely want people to visit meetspundle.com. I want you to join the wait list. I also want you all to look out for our newsletter that is dropping tomorrow. It's called Drip, and essentially we put out a quarterly newsletter just so that all of our followers and community can see all of the work that we're doing and what we have upcoming. So it's called Drip, and you can get it from my social media, which is at Divaneering. Also the Divaneer, so TheDivaneer. Those are my two social media handles. We also have our last, so we do 3 quarterly outreach events. So the done our first two. So our last quarter, our third quarter outreach event will be Rapunzel Lift Up Your Hair, honey. It'll be sometime in July. So definitely if you are out there and you have a young lady in your life and you want her to experience the cool, creative things that we're doing at Divaneering Labs, definitely sign her up. You can go to the website to find out more information on that. We're going to be at these beauty trade shows this summer. We want to do a tour. So if you at Cosmoprof or International Beauty or Bronner Brothers and you see me, definitely speak. Other than that, I just want us as a community to continue to be the change makers that we need to see. And I always tell everyone that we have to be the change, that no one's going to save us, but it's by transferring knowledge into the generations that are coming behind, sharing knowledge freely, especially within our community and culture. And yeah, just keep dreaming, man.
I hear you. Keep dreaming big. All right, Shawna, Stepp-Jones, Morganite, fellow Morganite. Thank you for coming on to the HBCU Daily Grind. I'm going to play the music as we are going out. Really appreciate you coming on board. All right, don't forget, everybody, we're going to have a special show next week. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm supposed to be I'm at a golf tournament next week, but it don't end until 7 o'clock. So I'm going to figure out how we're going to do the HBCU Daily Grind next week. But until then, don't forget to sign up. The HBCU Business Symposium is coming up. Go to hbcuassociation.com. It's on the webpage. It's going to be June the 11th from 11 to 3 at Morgan State University. Until we meet again, continue to improve and progress. Peace.